Hello and welcome to a new episode of Tracer, and today we're at Linslade on the West Coast Main Line, where you see service from and to West Coast, lots of the Western Railway, super gorgeous, Royal Mail, and with any luck, some freight as well. This is my first time filming Linslade location, where Jared did a rush hour film and a standard film, so yeah, I'm going to hope to get it out of the way. I'm not sure how many parts it will be, but I'm going to see how 1 hour goes. Then if I need to go on to part 2, I should go into part 2. So, with that being said, let's see what shall turn up. Okay, the first train to pass by is a pair of London or Western Railway Class 350s, throwing from Northampton to London Euston. 350, 240 leading. With 350, 119 bringing up the rear, going from Northampton to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair of London or Western Railway Class 350s from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. 350, 232 leading. With 350, 404 bringing up the rear. Right, I'll keep recording as we have another pair of London or Western Railway Class 350s going from London Euston to, I believe, Milton Keynes Central. I will double check if it's right. .350, 117 leading. With 350, 118 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair of London or Western Railway Class 350 from London Euston to, I believe, Crewe. 350, 406 leading. With 350, 467 bringing up the rear. I will double check if it is Crewe. The pair of London or Western Railway Class 350s passing on the slope track, I got it wrong. It wasn't Milton Keynes, it was Northampton. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be yet another pair of London or Western Railway Class 350s. 350, 114 leading. With 350, 371 bringing up the rear, going from Crewe to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by is the West Coast Class 390 Pentalino from London Euston to Blackpool North. 390, 103. Okay, the next train to pass by is the West Coast Class 390 Pentalino. 390, 138 going from Edinburgh Waverley to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair of London or Western Railway Class 350s. 350, 350, 370 and 350, 258 on the rear I'll leave that to Anthony to check on that one. I want to say it's bound for Birmingham New Street, but I'll let him double check. I'll let Anthony Pond double check. Okay, the next train to pass by, so pair up London to the Western Railway Class 350s. 350, 111 leading. With 350, 260 on the rear. Now I'm going to guess, Anthony, Birmingham New Street to London Euston. The 350s heading north are actually bound for Crewe. And I'll keep recording as we have an Adventure West Coast Cars 390 Pentalina coming down, going from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Manchester Piccadilly. (390-040). Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair of Super Warriors Class 221s from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. 350, sorry, 221, 111 leading. With 221, 102 bringing up the rear. Okay, we've got another Pentalina going through. (390-011). I'll double check where that's going from. God, that smells nice. Okay, the next train to pass by is the Adventure West Coast Cars 390 Pentalina from London Euston to Liverpool Line Street. (390-013). The Adventure West Coast heading south was from Liverpool Line Street. Oh, if we do the bad turn, we've got a car 66 coming through. 66-088. That is going from Donald Small Sidings to Daventry International. Okay, the next train to pass by is the Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pentalino. (390-129). I will double check where that's going from. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair up London to the Western Railway Class 350s from Northampton to London Euston. 350, 255 leading. With 350, 247 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair up London to the Western Railway Class 350s from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central. .350, 377 leading, and 350.231 bringing up the rear. Grade 2 for the driver there, thank you very much. Okay, the next train to pass by is the Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pentalino from Glasgow Central to London Euston. .390.118. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair up London to Western Railway Class 350s going from London Euston to Northampton. 350.263 leading. With 350.250 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is an Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pentalino. .390.135 going from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair up London to Western Railway Class 350s from Northampton to London Euston. 350.266 leading. 350.129 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is an Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pentalino from London Euston to Glasgow Central. .390.136. Okay, the next train to pass by is an Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pentalino. .390.151 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair of Super Warriors Class 221s. 221, 103 leading. With 221, 142 bringing up the rear, going from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by is another freight train going from Tilbury Container to Daventry. That's the Tesco train. 66432. Okay, the next train to pass by is the Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. $390,010. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair of London to Western Railway Class 350s. 350, 101 leading. And 350, 375 bringing up the rear. I'll quickly have a check where that's going from. I want to say it's from Northampton, or Birmingham New Street, or Crewe. But I'll leave that to Anthony. Oh, due to bad turn, we have an Adventure West Coast Class. Nope. We've got another pair of London to Western Railway Class 350s going from Northampton to London Euston. I think the yellow one was going from Crewe, I think. 350, 231 leading. And 350, 377 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is the Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pendolino. $390,039 going from London Euston to Edinburgh Waverley. Okay, we've got two trains passing through. Pendolino. 148. Here's 350, 120 leading. And 350, 249 bringing up the rear. The Pendolino going south is Blackpool North to London Euston. The pair of 350s going north, I will double check where they're going to. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair of London to Western Railway Class 350s. 350, 119 leading. And 350, 240 bringing up the rear, going from London Euston to Crewe. Okay, the next train to pass by is an Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pendolino. $390,020 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by is a pair of London to Western Railway Class 350s going from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. 350, 371 leading. And 350, 114 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is the Adventure West Coast Class 390 Pendolino. $390,136. I'll double check where that's going to, then I'll get it in the next clip for you. Right guys, I haven't got another train coming yet, so I'm going to leave part 1 there and I'm going to go on to part 2 now. Thank you all very much for watching part 1, it is greatly appreciated. If you haven't seen any more trains to this part, hopefully the rest will be in part 2. So, I've got something coming, hold on. Pendolino. This will be, I'll have a check where that's going from. This will be the final train for part 1. 390 Series 16. I'll check where it's going from and I'll try and match the number as well. See if you wait a second. Right guys, thank you all very much for watching part 1. It is greatly appreciated. If you haven't seen any more trains to this part, the rest will be in part 2. So, hopefully I can get part 2 done and over. So, guys, I will see you in part 2. Take care guys. Goodbye.